Juno is pregnant. She had used pregnancy stick 3 times, but every time was positive. But humanely, this child should not be born. Because Juno was just a high school student, she could not raise her child. All the reasons are due to that chair. That day, Juno and Polly spent a beautiful night together. It was tremendously fun, but they would not expect to end up being pregnant. Juno thought of killing herself. A high school student thought about death is still as childish as their personality. Juno bought a rope and hung it on a tree, then put her neck in it. But by the time she hung her neck, she felt uncomfortable, so she bit off the rope. The first person Juno thought to share everything about was her best friend. After confirming that Juno was fat not due to the big belly but she was pregnant, then her best friend gave her 2 options. The first one was to stay as a single mom, and the second one was to have an abortion. Whichever way she chose, she had to let the father of the child know about this. This passionate guy is Polly. He is a running athlete. After hearing that Juno was pregnant, Polly went from bewildered to scared in less than 2 seconds. Seeing his boyfriend's frustration about taking responsibility, Juno immediately left and decided to take care of this on her own. At the entrance of the hospital, she met a classmate holding a sign protesting against abortion. Because maybe your baby already has heartbeats and shape, and how could you mercilessly get rid of him? Her friend's words made her confused. When Juno entered the hospital and saw the fearful pregnant women, Juno's wish to abort immediately vanished. She should still give birth to the baby. It is impossible to raise the baby. She thought of finding a family that wants to adopt children and let them raise the kid. If she wanted to give birth, Juno would tell her parents about everything. After hesitating for so long, Juno finally said what she needed to. After knowing the incident, Juno's father asked who the child's father was. When he heard that the father was Polly, he believed that Polly was a good man, yet made his happen. He blamed his daughter. Juno argued with his father. But reaching this situation to blame the girl is useless. Her parents can only respect Juno's way of thinking. When the baby is born, they will find a family willing to adopt. Very quickly, the adopting family got there. This couple is infertile. A wife named Vanessa demandingly wanted to have a baby. The couple is very understanding. They promised that after receiving the child, they will usually report the child's situation. On the contrary, Juno felt rushed to live as if he wanted to get rid of her child. Juno explained that she didn't want to sell children, she just wanted to find a family that truly loves the child. The couple was extremely happy after listening to her. They found it hard to understand the feelings of the child's mother, as if Juno was a teenager. Juno silently put on makeup, then went out and accidentally bumped into the husband named Marcus, a music lover. Juno also has such interests. Juno also gradually fell in love with Mark, but Vanessa is a bit more sensitive. She wondered when the baby was born, Juno would give it to her family. After hearing Juno's affirmative reply, the couple hugged each other tightly. They seem to be an ideal adopting family. Juno's stomach gets bigger and bigger at school, and she is often laughed at by her classmates. Although Polly was not a responsible person, he still had feelings for Juno. He did not disparage Juno, who is 6 months pregnant, and also invites her to watch a movie at night. It was just Juno had a job, so she refused. In the hospital, Juno was able to see the baby forming in the abdomen. If you don't look, you cannot see the beauty of this life. She felt lucky not to have an abortion. When the doctor knows that after the birth of the baby, she will give it to another family to adopt and blames Juno for not being a good mother. After an ultrasound scan, Juno went to the adopting family. Vanessa was not at home, only Mark welcomed Juno. Juno showed Mark the baby's sonogram and saw his eyes filled with expectation. He and Juno happily talked about music. He is a musician. Because of the same interests, the two chatted thrillingly. By the time Vanessa got back, she bought a bunch of baby things to take home and went over to see the baby's ultrasound pictures. After leaving the couple's house, Juno went to Polly's. Polly said that after Juno gave birth, the two of them would continue to be together. But Juno was not so optimistic. She knew her belly would get bigger and bigger. Her body will also increasingly deform. She did not want Polly to see her ugliness, so she advised Polly to find a new girlfriend. In the mall, Juno watched Vanessa play with children to learn how to be a mother. Seeing the children, Juno's heart felt extremely warm. Her best friend left, but she still stayed to see a little more. This was a feeling that Juno had never experienced. She wanted Vanessa to talk to the baby. Vanessa was so excited. She also heard the baby's sound inside Juno's stomach. Family members also have some spare time. Her mother also makes clothes for the child. Everyone was preparing to welcome this new life. Juno's stomach gets bigger. At school, she gets laughed at every day. Her classmates made fun of her due to having unusual shapes, giving her the nickname the Pig Juno. She went in the opposite direction that her friends went. She just did what she should do. During this time, Juno ate several times more than usual. She heard that Polly would attend the festival with another girl. Juno expressed the way she did not pay attention but silently asked Polly, "Why are you finding a new lover so quickly?" Polly's answer made her unable to object. It was you telling me to find a new person. I did as you told me. The two of them left unhappily. Juno's stomach was growing bigger. The child's father appeared to want to have an affair. Juno's heart was now cold, but the two were not husband and wife, so even if Polly wanted to have an affair, what right she had to control him? She could only blame herself for not using proper protection. Juno came to the adopting house again. Still, Mark was better suitable for her. They had common interests in music. Besides, Vanessa was also not at home, so the two of them turned on music and then hugged each other. This action looked like two people were having an affair sneakily. Suddenly, Mark revealed that he wanted to break up with Vanessa. It was not momentary. He had been thinking about it for a long time. Juno pushed Mark away. It was not right to do it. A broken family cannot give her baby a perfect life here. A lot of people have feelings for each other before giving birth or vice versa. But Mark said Juno was too innocent. When Juno was intending to Avenue, Vanessa got back home. If everyone was at home, they should talk to each other properly. Mark admitted he wanted a divorce. How they fought then? Juno didn't know. At that moment, she just wanted to be alone. She drove to the suburbs and started to cry. If the couple was divorced, what would she do with the baby? After crying for a while, Juno wrote Vanessa a letter. If you have prepared mentally, then everything will still be as it was. Juno used to be a girl who was not understanding, but after becoming pregnant, she seemed to understand a lot of things. Juno asked his father what true love was like. He told Juno that the person who truly loved him would love his truest appearance, whether it was ugly or beautiful, good character or bad character, that person would always see himself as bright and honest. Only someone who truly loves you is the one who wishes everything for you. After listening to his father, Juno suddenly thought of many things. The next day, Polly found out that the mailbox was full of fruit candies that he liked the most. He knew that Juno put them inside. On the running track, Juno found Polly. She confessed that one thing she had never said, maybe I like you. Because every time I saw you, the baby in my stomach would kick hard. On the field, two people rushed into each other and kissed in front of everyone. Very quickly, it was D-Day. Juno didn't tell Polly because that day he had a running competition. With everyone's cheers, a healthy child had come to this world. After finishing the game, Polly went straight to the hospital. He held Juno within his hands and they decided not to visit their baby. Because the baby is Vanessa's. Now, Vanessa was holding the baby like a newly giving birth mother. In just a blink, the summer had come. Juno rode her bicycle to Polly's house. The two of them started singing and playing guitar. As the other people said, they met their destinies. But they are against others that their true love began after having a child. In this story, the main female character is a courageous girl. Facing the pregnancy, her solution was much more humane compared to others. The actress playing the role of Juno, Ellen Page, has officially announced transsexual. This movie was filmed before she announced it.